Guys, this is S&P 500 weekly technical analysis for the week of November 11th. Means from November 11th, which is Monday, through November 15th, that will be Friday. Yesterday, S&P 500 breached the 6,000 psychological mark and made an all-time high at 6012.45, but failed to close above 6,000 and closed at 5995. Now, when the year 2024 started, 6,000 was not in the picture at all. At most around 5,000, 5,500 it was supposed to be there. And as the year progressed, 6,000 came into the picture. However, this 6,000 was supposed to be the best to best case scenario by the year end, by December 2024. However, the S&P 500 has achieved 6,000 in early November 2024 and still almost 2 months are left. So now the million-dollar question, what after 6,000? What will happen to the S&P 500? What will happen to the entire US stock market, including the Dow Jones and Nasdaq, because the S&P 500 has hit the 6,000. After 6,000, where it will be heading to? And why this 6,000 has brought in a heavy confusion in the market? So in order to understand all of this, we need to see what happened when the S&P 500 hit 5,000 mark for the very first time. This was Thursday, February 8th, 2024. S&P 500 hit 5,000, exact 5,000, but closed at 4,997 on the same day. Next day there was more bullish movement and S&P 500 for the very first time closed above 5,000 mark. Now the 5,000, it was achieved in February 2024, and after hitting 5,000 again there came some confusion that what will happen after 5,000 and whether the S&P 500 will be able to move up any further or if there will be a correction or so. And because at that time there was very heavy bullish trend, so what happened? That next day there was profit booking, and in this the profit booking, S&P 500 gave up almost 2.15% within 2 days. Then it recovered, sustained, hold, recovered, and then it kept on closing above 5,000, and that then brought the S&P 500 in a comfortable position wherein it was trading above 5,000 but was sustaining and moving up. So this was February, this was March, and from 1st of April we have seen some short-term correction in the market. So we can anticipate that S&P 500 will act and will react in a similar manner in the coming days, or specifically in the next week. Because people who were holding for long, they will try to book their profits, because now S&P 500 has hit the 6,000 and its near future is uncertain. Although S&P 500 is allowed to move up by 1% or 1.2 or 1.3% beyond 6,000, but most of the traders, they will not take any chance and they will try to book their profits at around 6,000 level. Now this profit booking was supposed to happen yesterday on Friday itself, and this was my first update to my Patreon community members, and here in detail I mentioned the profit booking condition. That because of the conditions mentioned here, it is a perfect recipe for the profit booking. And the earliest indicator for the profit booking is a breach of the open price. And for heavy profit booking, it was the breach of the strong support level, which was just below the open price. But the profit booking will not happen, will not be realized if it fails to breach its open price. So yesterday for the entire day we have seen S&P 500 was sustaining strongly above its open price in open equal to low condition, never breached its open price. This is why the profit booking did not happen. So does that mean that the profit booking is not going to happen anytime soon? No. As early as on Monday, because the conditions are strong, conditions are supportive for the profit booking. And also I've shown you that when it hit 5000 in February 2024, then there was 2.15% fall in 2 days. That was the immediate profit booking at around 5000. Similarly, we are anticipating some profit booking around 6000. And what will be the primary indicator for the profit booking? A gap up open on Monday. So you need to understand that on Wednesday, S&P 500 closed as a strong bullish candle at 5929. And in my final update on the same day, November 6th, I mentioned that closing of the S&P 500 above 5900 is a bullish boost, which can give either a gap up open tomorrow. Tomorrow means on November 7th, or irrespective of any open, an initial or intraday bullish movement. This condition becomes stronger if the entire market, including the Dow Jones, closes in open equal to low condition, and exactly the same was there. S&P 500, Dow Jones, Nasdaq, everything was in this condition. Similarly, there was a gap up open yesterday on Friday, because in my final update on Thursday here, I mentioned that if the S&P 500 closes in open equal to low condition, wherein it never breaches its open price and also closes above the strong resistance level, in that case on Friday either there will be a gap up open, or irrespective of any open, an initial or intraday bullish movement. And at the same time there will be good chances of seeing profit booking in this condition. Now whether it will be able to move up any further or it will come down, what kind of profit booking situation will be there, to what level we can anticipate a fall, or if it moves up, then around what level we can anticipate this the bullish movement. What will happen to the Dow Jones, which has also hit the 44,000 mark, and all of these the bullish bearish conditions I will discuss in this S&P 500 weekly technical analysis in detail. So guys, let me remind you that the LNPL, Learn Now Pay Later, for this program will end on November 10th, Sunday. So this offer is applicable until November 10th, Sunday. So guys, if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the bell icon. And if you are looking for these daily precise updates of the S&P 500 every day from Monday through Friday, then you can join my Patreon community. I have given the link in the description of the video and also in the comment section. Now guys, I am going to discuss the agenda of this S&P 500 weekly technical analysis. First point of the agenda is the S&P 500 technical analysis on the weekly chart. So because of this heavy bullish movement or this heavy bullish weekly candle, the MACD, which was giving a bearish crossover, has formed a bullish slip, and because of that now the market is almost 100% bullish. Earlier, so last week also I mentioned that whatever fall is there or will be there, it will be seen in the bullish trend. The trend will remain bullish. So the fall is for the short term in the long term bullish trend. But now it is almost 100% regained and there is a bullish slip. This means that more bullish movement or more bullish support. Even if there comes a fall, then also it will hold. Weekly chart means the long term picture for a few weeks, for a month, 2 months or so. So I will show you through the technicals and the candles, okay, how this is going to work. Second point of the agenda is the S&P 500 technical analysis on the daily chart. Now in the the daily chart, okay, again it has gained almost 100%, means it is almost 100% bullish. Earlier it was trying to give bearish crossover, but now again, okay, bullish slip, bullish everything, okay. But the problem is that on the lower level charts, S&P 500, Dow Jones, entire US stock market is absolute overbought and absolute saturated. Okay, that is why I'm saying a profit booking is in the picture. Okay, so I will discuss this here on the daily chart. The third and the last point of the agenda is the probable movement of the stock market. When I say the stock market, I mean the S&P 500, Dow Jones, and because the stock market is mainly covered by these two indices, and I cover these two indices in detail. Okay, So probable movement of the stock market from November 11th, which is Monday, to November 15th, that will be Friday. Whatever is going to happen in the SP 500, Dow Jones, okay, and in the market in the coming week, bullish, bearish, profit booking, bullish levels, bearish levels, conditions, everything I will discuss in detail in this, the third and the last point of the agenda. But guys, let me remind you again that all of these three sections are interrelated, are interconnected. So when I say the probable movement, this means that I have already covered the probable movement like 30% or 35% probable movement in the first and the second point of the agenda, because I cover the candles. Okay, I discuss the candles in detail, candles and any patterns, okay, that are there. That is why it is recommended that you should watch all of these three sections in order to understand what is going to happen in the S&P 500 and in the stock market in the coming week. Now guys, I am going to discuss the first point of the agenda, and this is the weekly chart. W means weekly chart. Weekly chart means one candle represents 1 week, not 1 day or 1 hour. Okay. Now, if you notice the movement, then you will see, okay, clearly a bullish movement or a bullish trend. See, weekly chart is generally used for to check the trend. So the trend is clearly bullish. But before I discuss the technicals, let's discuss the candle. This is the last candle. Okay, closing of the candle was below 6,000 level at 5995 level. Okay, and the all-time high was 6012. But the most important part is that the S&P 500 managed to touch, hit and breach 6,000. So this has already breached the psychological mark of 6,000, right? This heavy bullish candle indicates a gap up open on Monday, or an initial bullish movement on Monday, or irrespective of any open and intraday bullish movement on Monday. This means that bullishness, bullish movement either in the form of gap up open or initial immediately after open or intraday, it will be seen. And this is the chart of the Dow Jones. Here on the weekly chart of the Dow Jones, again the same candle, okay, a heavy candle. It breached the 44,000 mark but closed at 43,989, below, just below 44,000. But the most important part is the 44,000 mark. Again the same indication, a gap up open on Monday, or irrespective of any open, an initial bullish movement or an intraday bullish movement on Monday. So when I say this is the bullish movement, okay, so if you notice here, there is a trend line. Okay, this trend line says that if the S&P 500 try to move up, then it is allowed to move up to around 6,000, a little below 6,100 mark. Okay, so this means that if there comes a good gap up open on Monday, immediately after open it try to move up. Okay, so there are two levels which will restrict this heavy bullish movement, and just around these two levels, okay, just around this one of the levels, okay, there is this the trend line, and also there is a trend line on the through the lower level charts. This means that a gap up open, immediately upon open it moves up and hits the trend line, okay, also on the lower level charts, here's the resistance. Then highly likely, okay, the chances of seeing or this the profit booking is expected to happen. Okay, profit booking means those who have bought around here, here or here, they will try to exit their positions by selling. And when and if this the selling accelerates, okay, then it will come down, and it will come down heavily. Okay, just like what we have seen around the 5,000 mark, 2.15% fall in 2 days. So just like what I mentioned here, the bullish boost, gap up open, intraday, and also the profit booking conditions and everything. Okay, if you are my Patreon community member, then on Monday pre-market update and the first update, okay, and the midday update, I will clear whether profit booking is happening or not. If it is happening, then to what levels it will come down, and also if it moves up, then exactly to what levels. Because on Friday also, if you are my Patreon community member, then on Friday also I mentioned that no matter what, even in the best to best case scenario, S&P 500 will move up only to this level or to around these levels. That's it. and exactly the same was seen on Friday. So guys, if you also want to get these the daily precise updates of the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones and the stock market every day from Monday through Friday, then you can join my Patreon community. I have given the link in the description of the video and also in the comment section. And if you want to learn the premium hacks and the modified technical indicators, options trading strategies, premium calculator, then you can opt for any of these programs or any of these products, and I've given the link in the description of the video and also in the comment section. And guys, if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the bell icon. Now let's talk about the technicals, the technical indicators. Technically, it is very strong. Clear fan out in the moving averages, absolute bullish through the Bollinger Bands, absolute bullish through the Ichimoku cloud, absolute bullish on the weekly chart, and this was the magic. Okay, if you notice, 100% it was supposed to give a bearish crossover if it would have been a red candle of any size, any weight, or a thin green candle, a normal green candle, 100% a bearish crossover, that would then trigger more fall. But because of this heavy bullish candle, what we are seeing here is the slip in the MACD itself. Okay, it just around, okay, just when it was supposed to give a bearish crossover, it moved up and is in, and the MACD, okay, it is bullish, it is supporting the bullish movement in the S&P 500. Okay, this indicates more bullish movement in the S&P 500. Stochastic RSI is, however, it is flat, but immediately after open on Monday, stochastic RSI will give a bullish crossover, then there will be bullish momentum. So if you have subscribed to my YouTube channel for last many months, years, then I mentioned that whenever the MACD and the stochastic RSI are aligned to a particular direction, then that direction becomes the direction of the stock index or the market. And this is something we knew last week also, that if something happens through the heavy volatility, if there comes heavy bullish candle, then it will form a bullish slip and more bullish movement. So all of these, and yes, it is about to hit the saturation and the overbought conditions. Okay, this means, this further confirms that if the S&P 500 try to move up, if it gives a bullish candle, if not a bullish candle, even if it gives a bearish candle, a thin bearish candle, then also it will enter into the overbought and the saturation. So the only case, okay, will be like if it comes down, gives a heavy red candle, then it will not come into overbought and saturation. Otherwise, in all cases, it will come into overbought and saturation. Okay, so S&P 500 is 100%, not 100 because stochastic RSI is there, it is like 90% bullish and the trend is bullish. Now when we look into the Dow Jones, okay, almost the same conditions are there in the Dow Jones. Clear fan out, absolute bullish through the moving averages. Dow Jones is bullish through the Bollinger Bands and the Ichimoku cloud on the weekly chart, and the same bullish slip in the MACD of the Dow Jones. Okay, and the same bearish, this the stochastic RSI is bearish. Okay, so almost everything is same in the Dow Jones. So Dow Jones is also 90% bullish and is about to hit the saturation and the overbought condition. This means that if there comes a good red candle, okay, then that will not allow the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones to enter into overbought or saturation. Okay, however, a good bearish candle like this kind of red candle, this kind of heavy red candle, it will be actually favorable for the market, because if it comes down, then it will avoid means S&P 500 and Dow Jones or the market will not enter into saturation and will not enter into the overbought condition. At the same time, it will open more room for the in the bull side, means more room in the 6,000 range, means 6,100, 6,200. Okay, if there comes this the good red candle just like this. However, if there comes green candle or good green candle or a heavy green candle, in that case the market will prepare itself for fall, for a correction, because now the conditions are perfect for the correction. It is trading at or above 6,000. Okay, gives a green candle. It is saturated, it is overbought, and it is highly unstable. It will not be able to hold its own weight, and then in next 1 or 2 weeks or 2-3 weeks it will start correcting itself. Okay, the entire market. So I hope this is clear. So now guys, let me share this very important information, that these are the products, these are the programs. This is 8 stock market premium hacks, works with almost 100% accuracy, and I use these the hacks every day. Okay, when I predict the movement, gap up, gap down, okay, fall or bullish movement, okay, every day. And also the modified technical indicators, my technical indicators are modified in order to predict the movement even before it is seen in the market. This is options trading strategies, options premium calculator, and this program is the club of these two. Okay, and also I am offering learn now, pay later. Okay, so you can learn now and you can complete the payment in 4 months. Okay, however, this offer is applicable until November 10th, tomorrow. Okay, it means Sunday. So in order to learn more, you can open these the programs and you will see that what I'm going to cover. So if I show you, this program includes hacks, modified technicals, and options trading premium calculator strategies. So here you can see I have mentioned that if you apply these the hacks properly, okay, and if you have some technical knowledge, in that case 5 to 15% monthly, okay, you can make. Other than that, learn now, pay later is there, 4 installments in 4 months, and it includes 8 stock market hacks, options trading strategies and calculations. Other than that, options strategies and live calculations through options premium calculator, so you can predict the value of the option. So guys, I have given the link to these programs on my Patreon channel, my Patreon page, okay, in the description of the video and also in the comment section. And when you follow that, then you will see that this is my Patreon page, my Patreon profile, and here you will see the shop option. In the shop option, you will see all of these the 3 programs. Also, I have mentioned my email address. Okay, if you have any questions that you want to ask, you can simply send me an email. Now guys, I am going to discuss the second point of the agenda of this S&P 500 weekly technical analysis, and this is the daily chart. Daily chart means one candle represents one day, not 1 week or 1 hour. Now let's first discuss the candle. Back to back 1, 2, 3, 4 candles, gap up, gap up, gap up. It's a bullish candle, okay, but because there were back to back gap ups, okay, and also it has hit and breached the 6,000 mark. So considering all of these the cases, on Monday either there will be a gap up open, or irrespective of any open, an initial bullish movement or intraday bullish movement in the market. Now this is the Dow Jones. If you notice the last candle, it's a bullish candle, okay, breached, hit 44,000, closed just below 44,000. However, it is not in that strong condition which the S&P 500 is. That is why a gap up open is not confirmed through the daily chart of the Dow Jones, but yes, an initial bullish movement or intraday bullish movement is supported and will be there because of this the combination, because of this the movement. Okay, so now it is clear, a gap up open, okay, in the S&P 500, and irrespective of any open, an initial or intraday bullish movement will happen, and the same we have seen through the weekly chart. So overall we can say that there are very good chances of seeing a gap up open in the entire market, or an initial bullish movement, or an intraday bullish movement. Okay, very simple. Now let's talk about the technicals, and there was this a change in the technicals. But guys, before that, if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the bell icon. And if you're looking for these daily precise updates of the S&P 500, Dow Jones every day from Monday through Friday, then you can join my Patreon community. I have given the link in the description of the video and also in the comment section. And if you want to learn the premium hacks with almost 100% of accuracy, okay, although the accuracy I mentioned is 95%, keeping 5% margin of error, but the hacks works almost 100% of the times, okay, and I use these the hacks in daily predictions. So I've given the link to these the programs in the description of the video and also in the comment section. And guys, remember this, the LNPL Learn Now Pay Later offer is applicable until tomorrow, Sunday, November 10th only. Now guys, let's talk about the technicals. In terms of the technicals, moving averages, again clear fan out just like it used to be. S&P 500 is now bullish through the moving averages on the daily chart. Through the Bollinger Bands, S&P 500 is bullish through the Bollinger Bands. S&P 500 is bullish through the Ichimoku cloud on the daily chart. And also there was a crossover in the MACD. MACD is bullish. Stochastic RSI is bullish. Stochastic RSI is hitting the saturation on the daily chart. Okay, so this is bullish, and the same thing, the same condition is there. Okay, what same condition? The overbought and the saturation. If there comes any more bullish movement, then S&P 500 is expected to hit the overbought on the daily chart, over and saturation on the daily chart, overbought on the daily chart, saturation on the daily chart, as well as on the weekly chart. Perfect recipe for a heavy profit booking. Okay, so let the market open on Monday, and in my pre-market update, first update and mid update, it will be very much clear, okay, what is going to happen, whether it will sustain or not, and when exactly, Monday, Tuesday, okay, or when exactly it is going to fall, when exactly this profit booking is going to be seen in the market. So S&P 500 on the daily chart is 100% absolute bullish. Okay, now Dow Jones. Okay, again the same change. Okay, Dow Jones was also trying to trade bearish. There was crossover, bearish crossover, okay, because of these events, FOMC and the elections. Okay, so clear fan out in the moving averages. Dow Jones is bullish on the daily chart. Dow Jones is bullish through the moving averages on the daily chart. Bollinger Bands is bullish. Ichimoku cloud is bullish, and exactly the same thing. Okay, MACD is bullish. Stochastic RSI is bullish. Okay, so exactly the same thing. The same movement, okay, is seen here on the Dow Jones. So Dow Jones is also 100% absolute bullish on the daily chart. Same thing, overbought and saturation. This overbought and saturation again on the weekly chart and on the daily chart, and it is already overbought and saturated on the lower level charts. Means it is extremely heavy. It is extremely heavy, and it is not expected to hold or to sustain its own weight. Okay, so let's see when it is going to give when it will come into the profit booking condition. Okay, either on Monday, Tuesday, but this profit booking will happen very soon. There will be, again some conditions. Okay, trend line, lower level chart, saturation, K channel 0, D channel, okay, 0, and all of these are conditions. Once everything is aligned, okay, properly, then immediately there will be a fall, heavy fall. Okay, because it is now at the 6,000. S&P 500 is at the 6,000. However, whatever will happen or whatever is going to happen, I will keep you posted through these daily precise updates of the S&P 500, which I give to my Patreon community members every day from Monday through Friday. And they are very well aware of what is happening, why that is happening, what will happen, okay, at the particular support and resistance levels, to what level it can move up maximum, to what level it can come down maximum, what will be the tie breaker, and a lot of things. And guys, other than that, I also give the stock market opportunities minimum 5 to 10 every week to my Patreon community members in the premium stocks of the US stock market, top 20, top 30 companies of the US stock market. So guys, whenever you want to join my Patreon community in order to get the daily precise updates of the S&P 500, Dow Jones every day from Monday through Friday, and also the stock market opportunities in the premium stocks, then I've given the link in the description of the video and also in the comment section. And when you follow that link, then you will see that this is my Patreon page, this is my Patreon profile. And here on my Patreon page, you will see the 3 tiers. These 1, 2, 3 tiers or 3 levels. This is all midweek update videos only, which I publish every Wednesday, and they are very, very informative because I discuss the levels, zones, conditions for bullish movement, bearish movement for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, etc., etc. Okay. This is the daily S&P 500 updates for non-US Canada residents. This is daily S&P 500 updates for US Canada residents only. So other than the geographical location, there is no other difference here. Whenever you subscribe to either of these, then you will be getting all midweek update videos, just like what you will be getting here. Other than that, you will be getting the daily SP500 analysis updates, movement, levels and zones, and the stock market opportunities, minimum 5 to 10 every week. And guys, if you notice, many people have joined my Patreon community for last many days, weeks, months and years, and they are getting these daily precise updates of the S&P 500 and the stock market every day from Monday through Friday, and also the opportunities in the premium stocks. So guys, whenever you want to join my Patreon community, I have given the link in the description of the video and also in the comment section. And when you join my Patreon community, you are welcome. Now guys, I am going to discuss the third and the last point of the agenda of this S&P 500 weekly technical analysis. So now the first thing first, on Wednesday CPI data, inflation data will be released. Okay. Friday there will be the press conference of the Federal Reserve Chairman. However, recently the Federal Reserve Chairman himself has admitted that the recently published PCE data and the inflation data, okay, it was more than expected by the Feds. Okay, and in future if there comes a situation, then Feds may rethink of what, okay, we don't know, okay, on easing the policy or something like that. Okay, this means that if the inflation data comes more than expected on Wednesday, and if by Wednesday the market is holding, like Monday, Tuesday market is holding, okay, it is not coming into profit booking condition, and on Wednesday, okay, this data is seen, in that case definitely the profit booking will happen on Wednesday. Okay, because this will indicate that in the next meeting there will be a pause, means no rate cut, no rate hike, but a pause. Okay, and market is not ready for any pause, market is expecting back to back rate cuts. Okay, so Wednesday, and if there will be any doubts, then that will be cleared by the Federal Reserve Chairman himself on Friday. Okay, there will be the press conference. Now in terms of the movement, yes guys, before that, if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the bell icon. And if you're looking for these daily precise updates of the S&P 500 every day from Monday through Friday, then you can join my Patreon community. I have given the link in the description of the video and also in the comment section. And if you want to learn the premium hacks, options trading strategies, premium calculator, and also the learn now pay later, okay, for this program is applicable until tomorrow, Sunday, November 10th only. The link is given in the description of the video and also in the comment section, and you can follow that the link, and in the shop option you will see these products and the programs. Now in terms of the movement, what we know is that heavy bullish movement, okay, somewhere a little below 6,100. okay, there is a weekly trend line, the trend line on the weekly chart. This means that any more bullish movement, the continued bullish movement is allowed up to the trend line. That's it. This means that the bullish side is restricted, the bullish side is contained. Okay, that's it. So now the bearish side. Okay, yes, there will be a condition if the S&P 500 sustains above 6,000. Means it is sustaining above 6,000, it is closing above 6,000, it remains above 6,000. Okay, so as long as it is trading and sustaining above 6,000, there will be no fall, okay, no profit booking and nothing. So let's say it is moving around, just an hypothetical number, 6060, okay, and it gives up, it comes down, it comes down but sustains and closes above 6,000, then that will not be considered as profit booking. That will not be profit booking, because for the profit booking to happen, around or a minimum of 2% fall should be there. Okay, 1.7, 1.8% will also work. Okay, or in simple terms, 100 points of fall should be there. Okay, or more, maybe 200 points or so. Okay, so 6,000, but the maximum is around 6,100 because of the trend line on this the weekly chart. And also, if it continues to move up, it never gives a bearish candle, a red candle. Okay, then almost like 100% or 150%, 200%. Okay, heavy resistance and then heavy fall. There will be a heavy profit booking, heavy fall. Okay, this is there in the bull side. So bull side is now limited and restricted. Now bearish side. So bearish side will come into the picture whenever S&P 500 loses the 6,000 mark. It loses the 6,000 mark, it trades below the 6,000 mark. Okay, the bearish side will come into the picture. Now remember, there is a gap. Okay, this was 5782 or 5783. This was open was 5864.89, 5864 or 5865. Okay, so generally there is a theory and it is non-technical in nature. It is a gap fill theory, but for that to happen, S&P 500 will have to give up a lot, means around 3%. If it is moving around here and some hypothetical number, if it comes down, then around 4% fall. Okay, it will be there, or in general around these the levels, it will be around 3% or 2.5% fall. Okay, but guys, remember, okay, we must understand one thing. The trend is bullish. The trend is bullish. The trend will remain bullish. Okay, unless there comes specific situations, heavy fall for 2 or 3 weeks continuously, the trend will not change. Whatever fall will be seen in this the bullish trend, it will be a normal, just a short-term correction. Okay, short-term fall, not correction, short-term fall. Okay, for a few days, okay, weeks, and there will be a limited fall, short-term fall, but limited, and then eventually it will correct and it will trade bullish. Yes, okay, so there is no guarantee that the S&P 500 will come down to fill the gap, because it is non-technical in nature. Okay, there are very strong support levels and zones. If it breaches, then definitely it will come down to fill the gap. But for now, the initial point is the 6,000 mark. Once it loses the 6,000, okay, then it will come down further and it will give up more. So now that we know that it will give up more, but to at least to what levels? That is the question. At least to what level? That level is the closing of this candle. The closing of the candle was 5929. 5929. So any fall, any kind of profit booking for now will be or shall be or should be limited to the open of this the closing of this candle. Okay, but a little above the closing of this candle, there is a strong support level. Okay, my calculated support level. Okay, so I will not rely on this 5929. I will rely on my calculated support level. If it keeps on, if it comes down, breaches, but closes above the support level, means safe. Okay, safe, not a problem. If it closes below the support level, even if it closes at 5930, okay, or 31 or so, in that case it will be seen as failure, and in that case we will anticipate more fall to the open of this candle. Okay, or in simple terms, the previous all-time high, that was 5878. 5878. Okay, it will provide the support, right? So this means that for now, any profit booking, any fall will be limited to the 6,000. Breach of 6,000 and a closing below 6,000 will trigger more fall to 5929. Okay, and if you calculate, then from the high of this candle to around this, it was 1.43, 1.45, and also it is almost like 85 points. Okay, so it will complete, and it will complete the 100 points mark. Whenever it comes down 100 points, it will cover. So that's not a big deal. Okay. Now, the bullish movement, the bearish movement, but the important point is that how the market is going to sustain. That is the most important point here. In order to sustain the S&P 500, whenever it breaches and loses the 6,000 mark, it should try to recover the 6,000, should try to move above and should try to close above 6,000. A closing is important. Closing is very, very important. Closing above 6,000 means sustaining safe and can try to move up. Okay. Failure. Okay. Closing below 6,000 means it can give up more. Okay. Now, if it loses 6,000, comes down, then it must sustain here. It must sustain here. Okay. And then it should revert, then it should retrace. Any reversal from here around 5929 or so will be limited to the 6,000, because whenever it loses 6,000, fails to recover the 6,000, comes down, and then after a few days it is trying again for 6,000, then it will have to deal with the same psychological pressure, the same struggle. For 1 or 2 days it will be there. And if the profit booking, remember, if the profit booking accelerates, if it fails to sustain here, then it will have to come down to around this, the previous all-time high. Okay. And whenever it comes down and it trades below 5,900, then what will happen? This will trigger more fall. Below 5,900 means it has lost 6,000, it has lost 5,900, means there will be more fall, it will trigger more fall, and then this gap, okay, then this gap will come into the picture, and then we can anticipate that the gap will be filled. Okay, again there is a strong zone, okay, inside the gap, so there will always remain chances that it comes down. And now we are thinking that it is coming down to hit the gap. No, it will find some heavy support at this the zone. Okay, in between there is a gap. Okay, a very strong support zone. If it sustains here, it will revert back, and then after some time it will again come down to fill the gap. Okay, so it will be a kind of trap that people might be thinking that now 100% it will come down. No, if it is sustaining at the zone, then it will not fill the gap. It will revert, it will retrace from here, and then after a few days, okay, or after a few weeks, it will come, it will again come down and it will fill the gap. Okay. Now let's talk about the correction. See, correction, heavy correction I'm talking about. Okay. So for this, the correction to come into the picture, the S&P 500 Dow Jones must keep on moving up. It must, the indices must keep on moving up. Now, when the indices keeps on moving up, then what will happen? Overbought on the daily, weekly, 4-hourly and the lower bought chart, and then this the lower level charts, heavily overbought. Saturation through multiple technical indicators on the daily, weekly it might not hit the saturation, but daily, 4-hourly, lower level charts, heavy saturation. Sorry, yes, it will hit the saturation on the weekly chart too. Heavily overbought, heavily saturated. Okay, and then in that case, that will be a perfect recipe, not just for a heavy profit booking, but also for a correction. Okay, but remember, no correction will happen, means a proper correction will not happen until and unless it loses the 5,700 mark, because recently from around 5,700 it retraced. Remember, it retraced because it never closed below 5,700. It breached 5,700, came into 56xx, but closing was above 5,700. So even if there comes any fall, any heavy fall, okay, let's say it is coming down from around these levels to this, and it is 5 or 6% fall. Okay, so we might think, okay, the correction is happening or this. No, correction, it is not a correction, it is just a short-term fall. That's it, nothing else. Okay, why the short-term fall? Because of heavily overbought condition, heavily saturation on all of these charts, daily, weekly, and everywhere, and the market is extremely heavy that it will fail to hold its own weight. That is why it will have to come down. Once it breaches 5,700, it closes below 5,700, this will trigger. This will then tell us like, okay, now there are 80% chances, 80% that now the market is heading for a correction. Okay, correction means 20 to 25% fall. Okay, this is the correction in the market. And whenever this correction happen, then around 5,000 or 5,100 will be there in the picture. And when it reaches to around 25%, then it will retrace, because beyond 25%, okay, it will then enter into recession. So recession as of now, considering everything, okay, the best case scenario is a soft landing, means correction, 20% or 20% fall. But whatever will happen or whatever is going to happen, I will keep you posted through the daily precise updates of the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones, which I give to my Patreon community members every day from Monday through Friday, as well as the stock market opportunities. So if you have not yet joined my Patreon community, then I have given the link in the description of the video and also in the comment section. And also, if you want to avoid the fluctuations in the market and you want to trade carefully, okay, with peace, then you can learn the hacks, okay, and the modified technical indicators, because irrespective of any event, any movement or anything, okay, the hacks will work. Okay, and also this particular product, it is a combination of this one and this one. Okay, and I am also offering learn now, pay later. Okay, means you can learn now and you can complete your payment in 4 months. Okay, and this offer is applicable until tomorrow, until Sunday, November 10th only. Thereafter I will not accept any request for the LNPL. So again, I have given the link in the description of the video and also in the comment section. So guys, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not yet subscribed, and hit like if you have liked this video. And also, if you have any questions that you want to ask, then please feel free to ask your questions through the comment section. So guys, this was my S&P 500 weekly technical analysis for the week of November 11th, means from November 11th, which is Monday, through November 15th, that will be Friday.